Good evening, everybody. As much as I like to be this tall, it's kind of weird to be that high up on the mic. So, welcome, good evening, and welcome to the 2014 inaugural first annual induction ceremony for the Dr. Robert G. O'Donnell Middle School chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. Let me welcome the stars of the show, our inductees for 2014. Parading in from the hallway. Here they are. All right, so once again, welcome. Welcome, inductees, as you find your seats and your commemorative keepsake seat reservation sheets. Those are yours. You can keep them for your scrapbooks. Welcome again to this very exciting evening in the O'Donnell Middle School calendar, our first ever induction ceremony for our brand new chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. I will get to the way that chapter started in a moment, but first let's begin the evening as we begin every day with the Pledge of Allegiance, which will be recited today by Amanda Mcgillicuddy and Brianna Rawl. Please come up to the mic, girls. The flag is right there.
I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, girls. I'm going to have you stand up again because we're going to do the Star Spangled Banner, sung this evening by Melina and Heather Cardella. Come on up, girls.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right where the bombs bursting in air. They proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the lands of the brave and the home of the brave.
All right, you may be seated. Thank you, girls, for the pledge, for the Star Spangled Banner. This evening's ceremony will be a relatively brief ceremony, but just in case I forget to mention it once we get started, part of the ceremony is the reception, so immediately following the awarding of the certificates and the presentation of the inductees, there will be some light refreshments in the back, and we do welcome everyone to stay, families and students. Please stay for photo opportunities, to mingle a little bit, spread your congratulations, and all of those things. So once again, good evening. I know I've said this twice already, and here I am saying it a third time, but I'm kind of proud of it. So to our first ever induction ceremony for the Dr. Robert G. O'Donnell Middle School chapter, official chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. The National Junior Honor Society is a program of the National Association of Secondary School Principals, or NASSP. The National Honor Society, NHS, and National Junior Honor Society, NJHS, are the nation's premier organizations established to recognize outstanding high school and middle level students. More than just an honor roll, NHS and NJHS serve to honor those students who have demonstrated excellence in the areas of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. These characteristics have been associated with membership in the organization since their beginnings in 1921 and 1929 for the NJHS. The National Junior Honor Society places a special emphasis on citizenship. NJHS members must demonstrate a commitment to making positive contributions in their school community and in the larger community as well. So we're pretty proud of these guys this evening. I will get to you, our inductees, in a moment. First, I want to thank a woman, an educator, a teacher here at the O'Donnell Middle School who really made this night happen and really made this chapter happen. She is going to hate that I am even mentioning her name, but I would not be doing my job if I didn't say thank you to Mrs. Allison Mazzetti, who I am requiring to stand up at this moment. So Mrs. Mazzetti is kind of a do-everything type of person at the O'Donnell Middle School. She's the head teacher for the English Language Arts Department. She's an English Language Arts teacher in the 8th grade. She also did an administrative internship pretty recently and serves on my school improvement council as a teacher representative. Last year, in drafting our school improvement plan and thinking of improving our programs that we offer to different types of learners, students who might be advanced learners, students who may struggle, a little bit of everything in between. It was really Mrs. Mazzetti, I have to say, who came up with the idea to start a middle school NJHS chapter here at the O'Donnell Middle School. We've never had one before here. In principal school, the first thing they teach you is to take credit for everything good that happens here, so it definitely did happen under my watch, but it certainly would not have happened without Mrs. Allison Mazzetti, so I just want to recognize her again. Thank you, Mrs. Mazzetti. So we launched the National Junior Honor Society, which with much fanfare. We had several students going through the application process and the selection process. Mrs. Mazzetti roped in, recruited our faculty council so that we could get that up and running. We are currently about to have our first induction ceremony here this evening, which is wonderful. And our first major initiative, the NJHS initiative for this spring, is a spring greening drive that we are doing in partnership with Cradles to Crayons. This was the brainchild of Amanda Mcgillicuddy, who is an inductee this evening, and the Project 351 ambassador. So many ambassadors have the opportunity to do this Cradles to Crayons clothing, sneakers, shoes, and even books for children drive. And we'll be doing that drive very soon for kids in need, and that's the type of thing that the National Junior Honor Society is all about. So that's our first major initiative. So a round of applause for these guys for doing that. And we have just started, the inductees, I should say, have just started doing some peer tutoring for students who are struggling, excuse me, for students who are struggling at the O'Donnell Middle School. And I just have to say that having been a high school principal and having done high school induction ceremonies, peer tutoring is kind of part of what Honor Society kids do. I think it is especially brave and noteworthy to do peer tutoring at the middle school level. We have 8th graders tutoring 6th graders, 7th graders tutoring 6th graders, all different ages. At the 3 formative years, which are developmentally a little bit tricky, I think it says a lot about a kid who's willing to tutor a peer at the middle level. So, great job, guys. So now the speech begins. A long time ago, when I was an English teacher at Stoughton High School, one of my favorite memories was giving the keynote address at the National Honor Society induction ceremony. Maybe that was Pickett, I'm not sure. Jeff Pickett's back there filming, it might have been his, I'm not sure. While it would be poor form to use that entire speech, I do think that there was one topic I had mentioned that evening that really fits this occasion. The media, I noted in that speech, and do so again today, tends to focus on the negative stories more than the positive when it comes to schools. Perhaps you have noticed this as a parent or a student. When you are a principal, you really, really notice this. This is true in education as much as any place else. If you watch the news, you might think that cyberbullying, peer pressure, and random acts of school violence are all that is happening in schools today. I am sure I speak for all of your teachers and families, inductees, when I say thank you. Thank you for being examples of the good things happening here at the O'Donnell Middle School and at all schools across the country. You are exemplary young scholars and exemplary young people, demonstrating a commitment to excellence in the classroom and a commitment to making a positive impact on your community. I congratulate you on your induction into the National Junior Honor Society. This is no small accomplishment, and you should feel proud of yourselves. You should also know that your teachers and families are sharing in that pride. As your principal, I want to thank you for working so hard to get here. I want to thank you for being our very first National Junior Honor Society inductees. No one else will be our very first class. You will always be that forever. You will live on forever. I want to thank you for making me, and probably lots of teachers attending this evening or watching later on, remember why I decided to work in education. I want to thank you for validating the hard work of your families and your teachers, and I want to thank you for being shining examples of what it means to be great students and great citizens. So thank you very much. Now on to the advice part of the speech. I won't have a lot of opportunities to meet with you in this way as a group. All of my overachievers, with the pressure of your parents right behind you, so you really have to listen to what I have to say, but I have some advice for you that might surprise you. I have already congratulated you for working so hard to achieve in the classroom and outside of the classroom to be selected to the National Junior Honor Society, so congratulations again. But my advice to you for this year and for the rest of your school years and beyond is to be well-rounded as a student and as a person. The key to life is finding that balance between success and failure, between work and play. Don't work so tirelessly towards achieving your goals that you forget to look up and enjoy the things around you. I know this advice is hard for you overachievers to hear. I've met with a lot of you individually. I know all of the activities that you're involved in. I know that you spend 4 hours a night on your homework. I know that you have to get those A pluses and you don't like A's or A minuses. I've heard all of these things from all of you over and over again. But this is important. Yes, you need to work hard to achieve your dreams. That is absolutely true. You've heard me say that to you many times. You've heard that over and over again. There is no easy road to success, and there is bound to be a setback or two amidst all of your achievements and accomplishments. But life is precious, and so is time. You are here this evening because you are an achiever. That's why you're here. You are a doer. You get things done. Make sure you stop every once in a while and enjoy the good things around you. I want you to know this. It is okay, every now and then, to fall short of the mark. That is okay. It's a necessary part of life. It is okay, every now and then, to turn off all of your devices, to close all of your books, and to do the things that simply make you happy. That is okay to do that. Sometimes we work so hard that we forget how important this balance is. So please remember to have that balance. As a former English teacher, I am required by English teacher law to add at least one well-known quote to my address. That is a requirement. The first one is one that any principal might pick. It's from Mark Twain. It's about balance. What is joy, Mark Twain writes, without sorrow? What is success without failure? What is a win without a loss? What is health without illness? You have to experience each if you are to appreciate the other. There is always going to be suffering. It's how you look at your suffering, how you deal with it, that will define you. So remember that balance. The next quote, maybe not every principal would pick. It's from Ellen DeGeneres. It's also about balance. It's from her book, Seriously, I'm Kidding. And Ellen says, my point is, life is about balance. The good and the bad, the highs and the lows, the peanut butter and the jelly. So remember that balance. So I want to say congratulations to you and to your families. Another round of applause for our first ever inductees into the National Junior Honor Society, Dr. Robert T. O'Donnell Middle School Chapter. So without further ado, I would like to call up to the stage the National Junior Honor Society advisor, Mrs. Allison Mazzetti, to present the inductees and the certificates.
Good evening. It is my honor and my pleasure to now announce the first ever 2014 inductees of the National Junior Honor Society. So we're going to ask each of the inductees to come up, move over all the way to the right of the stage when their name is called, and we will applaud for them. Leandra Andre, to start. So a little bit of information about Leandra. She's an 8th grade student here at the middle school. She's played softball for the past 6 years. She also has helped organize fundraisers for the homeless shelter, the Evelyn House. She is also a part of the Teen Advisory Board here at the middle school. Leandra Andre, and actually, our next inductee is Mia Bennett. Mia has been a peer leader for 2 years. She volunteers her time at the YMCA and School on Wheels. Mia plays volleyball, basketball, and softball, and she's a member of our jazz band. She is active in several Chinese culture groups and enjoys music and drawing. This is Mia Bennett. Our next inductee is Tess Billow. She is a motivated 13-year-old who is active with her academics and artistic pursuits. Tess is an intern at the nationally recognized Milton Academy. She plays the piano and the drums and tutors, and is also a peer leader. She loves animals and is an avid reader. Our next inductee is Brenda Brown. She is an 8th grade student here at the O'Donnell Middle School. She is an honor student and excels in whatever it is that she chooses. Last year, she won the JFK Award for Community Service. She plays soccer on 2 different teams, and Rendy is truly honored to be a member of the National Junior Honor Society. Our next inductee is Heather Cardella. Heather is a morning announcer here at the middle school and has been for the last 2 years. Heather has been in the drama club for the last 2 years as well. She also participates in the Glee Club and has been helping with the soup supper at her church. Heather Cardella. Our next inductee is Caitlin Costera. She is a member of peer leadership. She attends religious classes and also assists in teaching. Caitlin writes articles for The Scoop, which is our newspaper here at the middle school. Caitlin takes piano lessons and also participates in photography. Caitlin Costera. Our next inductee is Andrew Crean. He is an 8th grade student here at the O'Donnell Middle School. In his free time, he enjoys playing his saxophone, drawing, and painting. This year, he enjoyed participating in the Stoughton High School marching band. He is also a member of the Wednesday Jazz Band at the middle school and is an active member of Stoughton High School's Party All Night Long. He maintains the website for them. His favorite subject is science, and he wants to be a forensic scientist in the future. Andrew Crean. Next, we have Ariana De Marzo. She's a straight A student since the beginning of 6th grade. She dances on 2 dance teams and helps out and assists with younger children. She is also an assistant fitter at the Broadway Dance Boutique. She's eager to learn and would like to eventually get her degree in psychology. Ariana De Marzo. Our next inductee is Nicolas Flannery. He is an 8th grader here at OMS. Nick volunteers at the Relay for Life and the Neighborhood Food Drive. Last year, he gathered over 600 items for the food pantry. Nicholas also likes to play baseball and flag football. He was the captain last year. Nicholas enjoys being on a team and helping in the community. Nicholas Flannery. Our next inductee is Emily Hariri. Emily is a member of the Glee Club and plays the flute in the Wednesday Jazz Band. She enjoys dancing as well as playing soccer. During the summer, Emily volunteers to help with a children's craft at the Stoughton Public Library. Emily has been taking classes with the Milton Academy Saturday course since the 4th grade and will continue until next year in the 8th grade. Emily Hariri. Our next inductee is Amari Harrison. Amari Harrison is a 13-year-old who has been dancing for the last 18 years old on a competitive dance team. Amari has been in the Girl Scouts for the past 8 years. She has attended Sunday school through her church for 9 years. This includes various community service projects. Amari enjoys baking and cooking for family and friends. Amari Harrison. Our next inductee is Hannah Hoover. Hannah has been very active in school sports and in her community. Hannah enjoys playing basketball and volleyball. She plays on the 7th grade basketball team as well as Stoyak and AAU. Hannah has also assisted and kept the SHS JV and varsity volleyball team's scorebooks. She's really looking forward to becoming more active in the community and volunteering. Hannah Hoover. Our next inductee is Rachael Hoover. Rachael is a 7th grade student who is active in her community, school, and sports. She volunteers at the South Elementary School and at Boston University. She enjoys playing softball and has just started to play volleyball. She plays clarinet in the 7th grade band and the jazz band. Rachael looks forward to being a part of the National Junior Honor Society and helping in her community. Rachael Hoover. Our next inductee is Ellie Cashen. Ellie Cashen is 14 years old and is in the 8th grade. She plays soccer year-round with her friends and teammates. Ellie referees V6 and V8 leagues at Stoughton Youth Soccer in the fall and in the spring. She received straight A's in the 6th and 7th grade and would like to maintain them in the 8th grade. Ellie's favorite subject is math. Ellie Cashen. Our next inductee is Amanda Mcgillicuddy. Amanda Mcgillicuddy is an 8th grade student at the O'Donnell Middle School. She frequently volunteers at the Mainspring Homeless Shelter in Brockton. Amanda represented OMS in the 8th grade class of 2014 Project 351. I can't talk. As well, she peer tutors in math. In Amanda's free time, she enjoys running and is a 1st degree black belt in karate. Our next inductee is Melina. She is the president of the OMS Student Council and a member of peer leadership. She is also a member of the Math Olympiad team, the Drum Club, the Wednesday Jazz Band, District, and SEMSPA. In school, she started participating in all her classes, including band and chorus. After school on Tuesdays, she helps paint murals in the art room that are held around Stoughton. Melina is happy to now be part of the National Junior Honor Society and to participate in community service. Melina Noonan. Our next inductee is Olivia O'Neill. Olivia is an academic scholar. She is also a multi-sport athlete engaged in soccer, softball, and basketball. Right now, Olivia is participating in the Wednesday Jazz Band with Mr. Kearns. Olivia is a friend to many and always willing to lend a helping hand. Olivia O'Neill. I've been talking all day too much. Our next inductee is Brianna Rawl. Brianna is an 8th grade honor student at OMS. Brianna enjoys volunteering as a junior coach for Top Soccer, a soccer program for children with special needs. She has been competitively swimming for 8 years. Brianna has played field hockey for 3 years and also plays the flute in the band and sings in the chorus. Brianna Rawl. Our next inductee is Thomas Smith. Thomas has completed several courses at the Saturday course at Milton Academy. Thomas has gone to ID Tech at Bentley University for the past 3 years with a specialty in robotics and game developing. In his free time, he enjoys playing with his dog and programming in Java. He's planning on becoming a robotics engineer. He is also active online, Human Nature, a society that fundraises. Thomas Smith. Our next inductee is Alex Soto. Alex Soto is part of the first ever OMS basketball team. She also participates in volunteering around the school and is in the Wednesday Jazz Band playing the bass guitar. Alex helps her mother's school by watching the parents' kids during PTO meetings. She's a great student and a great addition to the National Junior Honor Society. Alex Soto. And our last inductee is Molly Turner. Molly is a 7th grader who is active in her community as well as in sports. She enjoys helping out at Cradles to Crayons in the South Elementary School's Pumpkin Patch. Last summer, Molly volunteered at the Animal Protection Center of Southeastern Massachusetts in Brockton. In the fall, she helped the junior varsity and varsity volleyball coaches at Stoughton High School by scoring their home games. Molly looks forward to being a member of the National Junior Honor Society. Molly Turner. And that concludes our first annual National Junior Honor Society induction ceremony. Just one last round of applause for all the inductees. They are doing wonderful.